Doreen Granpeesheh is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism. Doreen Granpeesheh.
Dr. Granpeesheh.
Dr. Doreen Granpeesheh.
Dr. Doreen Granpeesheh is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen.
I do want to address Luana, who wrote in and said that she's got the 4-year-old who's being aggressive. She says this is his first year in preschool around other children outside of his sisters at home. And at first it was when other children invaded his space, but now when he gets frustrated, he's beginning to lash out at the other children.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
But all the things that Dr. Granpeesheh just talked about at 4, I don't know where you live, Luana, but if you're in the United States, it's very likely that you have access to good quality ABA, and that your insurance or some state funding will cover it. You want to make sure that it's good ABA, but they at 4 and he started preschool, they should be doing what, Dr. Granpeesheh, 30 hours a week of ABA?
I mean, honestly, it depends on the child, right? I mean, I'm not going to necessarily say you should be doing 30, 40 hours for every child. It just depends on the skill level of the child. If it is a child who is pretty significantly delayed, which a lot of the kids that we see at 4 are, they're functioning like, let's say, a 2-year level, then yeah, you should be doing 30 to 40 hours of ABA per week in order for the child to have a chance at catching up. And it's like the more intense you do now as a young child, the duration of years that you do this will lessen, will decrease. So you do more now, it becomes easier to kind of fade out later.
But I'm going to just say too, for parents' sake, I understand that it's a really hard thing if you have a child who has a high skill level, but, is on the spectrum to fight with insurance to get the funding. But the truth of the matter is that the studies, and you know this because you were a part of research, is that if you can get the funding for that many hours, it's really beneficial even for the kiddos who have high skill levels. They do quite well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, therapy, ABA is beneficial no matter what age, and the more intense, the better. But if your goal is, let's say, recovery, which a lot of times with my kids who are high functioning, my goal is recovery, right? It's like, what can I give this child in this period of time so that they go on and kind of live a life like the rest of us? I don't even want to say normal life, but like, they can function within society as we would. Then I don't just subjectively think, oh, he's pretty close, or no, he's high functioning enough. I do assessments which identify exactly how many skills he has to learn. And then I look at the duration of time in front of me. So if he's 4 years old, I have 2 years left, let's say, or 3 years, whatever it is, before school is added and before funding become, all that. And I just look and say, if I keep going intensely, like, I have 2 years left and he has, let's say, 300 skills. Yeah, I'm going to do a 40-hour program. But if I have 2 years left and he's really, really high functioning and only has maybe 20 skills, then I might actually do just 15 hours. It really is individualized. And this is what's really important. So it's kind of like, it has to do with what we're trying to accomplish, how old the child is, and what their level of functioning is. All of those go into this, right? And so it's kind of like, if I'm teaching someone who's almost a virtuoso already on the piano and I want to get their piano playing to a higher level, then I'll just calculate how many hours I need. And that's sort of what we need to do.
We're out of time, but Luana, I see that you're in the United States and having trouble getting ABA. Would you do me a favor? Would you email me so that you and I can continue the conversation offline? My email is shannon@autism-live.com. Let's see if I can help you to figure out what line you might need to be standing in, so that you can get some help and support for your kiddo. And I probably can give you some advice about where to go to get help for the IEP as well. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now.
To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.